Every Man's Battle is a guide through the world of sexual temptations and spiritual purity, written by Stephen Arterburn and Fred Stoeker. This book has changed the lives of many men around the world. Have you ever wondered why some topics remain taboo, despite their immense significance in our lives? Sexual temptation is one of these topics. This book opens the door to the world of spiritual struggle faced by men and offers real, practical solutions. You are about to learn about the 7 key steps the authors propose to overcome these challenges. We will discuss how these steps can be applied in everyday life and why they are so important not only for personal growth, but also for strengthening relationships and enhancing the quality of life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. Step 1. Awareness and acknowledgement. Realizing and acknowledging the problem with sexual temptations and sins is a critical first step in the healing and spiritual growth process. This step requires frankness and honesty with oneself. Begin with deep personal introspection. Ask yourself, in which areas of my life am I most susceptible to temptations? It could be something like excessive viewing of pornography, inappropriate flirtatious behaviors, or sexual fantasies. It's very important to be honest in your responses. After identifying the areas where you have problems, the next step is to acknowledge them. This can be difficult, especially if you feel shame or guilt. But acknowledgement is not a sign of weakness, but rather the first step towards strength and healing. For example, if you notice that you spend too much time on the internet viewing pornographic sites, acknowledge that this is becoming a problem. Or if you find that your conversations with colleagues of the opposite sex often have a sexual undertone, acknowledge that this is unhealthy behavior. Talk about your struggles with someone you trust, be it a spiritual mentor, close friend, or spouse. Discussing your problems with others can help lighten the burden and offer perspective. Keeping a journal or recording your thoughts and feelings can help you better understand your temptations and the reasons they occur. It can also serve as a reminder of your progress and help you see patterns or triggers. The last aspect of this step is acknowledging that you need changes. This means recognizing that your current lifestyle or behavior does not match your spiritual values and that you need to take steps to change. Awareness and acknowledgement are not one-time actions, but a continuous process that requires constant self-observation and a willingness to see and accept the truth about yourself. This is a fundamental step at the core of your path to healing and spiritual growth. Step 2. Understanding biblical principles. Understanding the biblical principles about sexuality and purity is a key aspect in the process of overcoming sexual temptations. This step helps you comprehend and embrace the spiritual foundations for your behavior and decisions. Begin with regular study of the Bible, especially the sections that deal with sexual morality, marriage, and purity. Examples of such texts include the Song of Solomon, Proverbs, the First Epistle to the Corinthians, and the Epistle to the Ephesians. After reading biblical passages, spend time in reflection. Ask yourself, how is this applicable to my life? And how can I embody these teachings in my relationships and behavior? Pray for God to give you understanding and strength to follow these principles. Asking for divine guidance and wisdom is important for strengthening your spirituality. Start applying the lessons learned in your daily life. This may include changing the way you interact with the opposite sex, revising your entertainment and leisure activities, and the way you respond to temptations. Join a Bible study group or men's group in your church. Engaging with others who share your beliefs and aspirations can provide support and strengthen your resolve. If possible, find a spiritual mentor to discuss your findings and challenges. A mentor can offer additional guidance and support in your understanding and application of biblical principles. Build a biblical foundation for your ethical and moral decisions. This will help you make biblical principles a part of your everyday decision-making and behavior. Understanding and applying biblical principles is not just a learning process, but a process of transforming the heart and mind. It's a step that helps you strengthen your spiritual foundation and find direction in your struggle with sexual temptations. Step 3. Establishing boundaries. Establishing healthy personal boundaries is a critical element in the fight against sexual temptations. These boundaries help define and control your behavior, protecting you from situations that can lead to temptations. Start by determining what boundaries are necessary in your life. This may include restrictions on the use of the internet and social networks, setting rules for interacting with the opposite sex, and establishing boundaries in physical relationships. Your boundaries should be clear and specific. For example, if you decide to limit internet use, define specific times of the day or session durations to prevent aimless surfing. Discuss these boundaries with important people in your life, such as your spouse, friends, or spiritual mentors. This will help them understand and support your decisions. Plan in advance how you will cope with temptations. For example, if you know that certain situations or places trigger temptation, avoid them or develop strategies to manage your reactions. Over time, your circumstances may change, and you may need to review the boundaries you have set. Regularly assess how effective these boundaries are and make the necessary adjustments. Maintaining boundaries requires strong self-discipline and consistency. Don't be afraid to be firm in your decisions, even if it can be difficult. If you violate established boundaries, it's important to show yourself compassion and forgiveness. Identify what went wrong and adjust your approach to avoid similar mistakes in the future. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is not just about limitations, but a way to strengthen your personal responsibility and self-control. This step helps create a healthy environment for the growth and development of your relationships, both with yourself and with others. Step 4. Developing spiritual discipline. Developing spiritual discipline is key to overcoming sexual temptations and maintaining spiritual purity. This step involves building and maintaining regular spiritual practices that help strengthen your connection with God and fortify your will and character. Allocate time each day for prayer and meditation. This will help you focus, calm your mind, and seek strength and guidance from God. Regular Bible study will help you better understand spiritual principles and learn to apply them in your life. Choose specific passages or a reading plan focused on purity, self-control, and spiritual growth. Regular attendance at church services and participation in church life will help you stay in a spiritual community and receive support from like-minded individuals. Regularly pray for strength, wisdom, and self-control to resist temptations. Prayer is a powerful tool that helps strengthen spiritual will. Keeping a spiritual journal can help you track your spiritual growth, reflections, and prayer requests. It also promotes self-reflection and understanding of personal achievements and challenges. Practicing fasting or other forms of self-restraint can help develop self-discipline and focus on spiritual goals. Seek mentorship and advice from spiritual leaders or mature Christians. Engaging with experienced believers can provide you with valuable lessons and direction. Participating in ministry and volunteer projects can help you focus on the needs of others and distract from your own struggles, thereby strengthening your spirituality. Developing spiritual discipline is a process that requires time and consistency. It not only helps in the fight against temptations, but also contributes to overall spiritual growth and well-being. Step 5. Applying practical strategies. Applying practical strategies is an important step in the process of overcoming sexual temptations. These strategies are aimed at developing self-control and the ability to cope with temptations in everyday life. Identify situations, places, things, or people that provoke temptations and avoid them as much as possible. For example, if certain websites lead to temptations, use content blockers or limit the time spent on the internet. Create a specific action plan for when you face temptation. This can include distraction techniques, reminders of your spiritual and moral goals, or seeking support from a trusted person. Learn to manage your thoughts. When you notice that your mind is drifting towards unwanted or tempting thoughts, consciously switch to healthier thoughts or activities. Develop awareness of your feelings and emotions. Understanding what triggers temptation in you can help in developing strategies to overcome it. Incorporate physical exercise into your daily routine. Exercise not only improves physical health, but also helps reduce stress and tension that can contribute to temptations. Build healthy and supportive relationships. Interacting with friends and family who support your efforts can be a powerful source of support. Find positive substitutes for tempting actions. For example, if you are prone to viewing pornography, try replacing that time with reading, hobbies, or other productive activities. Set up a system of accountability, such as weekly meetings with a spiritual mentor or friend, where you can discuss your successes and challenges. Applying these practical strategies requires consistency and determination. They will help you develop resilience to temptations and maintain spiritual purity in your daily life. Step 6. Seek support. Seeking support is an important aspect of overcoming sexual temptations. The support of others can provide additional motivation, strength, and resources needed for a successful fight against temptations. Find people whom you trust and who support your efforts, such as friends, family members, or colleagues. Discuss your struggles and aspirations with them. Candid conversation can lighten the burden and offer a new perspective on the problem. Join support groups where people face similar problems. This could be a group in a church or a public self-help group. Sharing experiences and strategies can be extremely beneficial. If possible, find a spiritual mentor or advisor. A mentor can offer wisdom, guidance, and support based on their experience and spiritual knowledge. In some cases, it may be helpful to seek professional help, such as from a qualified counselor or therapist. This is especially important if you have signs of sexual addiction or if sexual temptations are causing serious problems in your life. Strengthen relationships within your family. The family can offer a unique level of support and understanding, especially if they share your spiritual beliefs. Utilize online resources, such as webinars, forums, articles, and videos, which provide useful information and strategies to combat temptations. Schedule regular meetings or calls with your trusted individuals, mentor, or support group to discuss your progress and problems. Seeking support is an acknowledgement that fighting temptations is often difficult to do alone. It is a step towards openness, vulnerability, and establishing meaningful relationships that can offer the necessary help and support on your journey. Step 7. Continuous self-examination and growth. Continuous self-examination and the pursuit of growth are key to maintaining spiritual purity and overcoming sexual temptations. This step involves regularly evaluating your own behavior, thoughts, and progress, as well as a constant striving for improvement. Dedicate time each day for self-examination and reflection on your actions, thoughts, and feelings. This will help you identify weaknesses and successes, as well as assess how effective your strategies have been against temptations. Keeping a journal where you record your successes, problems, and thoughts can be a useful tool for tracking your spiritual and personal growth. Set specific, measurable goals for your spiritual and personal growth. For instance, a goal might be to increase the time spent in prayer or to decrease the time spent in situations that lead to temptation. Be open to constructive feedback from trusted individuals, mentors, or support groups. Sometimes an external perspective can help you see things you might miss yourself. Continually seek opportunities for learning and development, whether through reading books, participating in seminars, webinars, or conferences on spiritual growth and self-development. Be ready to adapt your approach if circumstances change or if you find that current methods aren't working as expected. Flexibility is important for maintaining progress. Celebrate the successes and milestones achieved on your journey. This will strengthen your motivation and underscore the importance of your pursuit of spiritual growth. Continuously strive for self-education in the fields of spirituality, psychology, and personal growth. This will help you gain new knowledge and tools to cope with temptations. Continuous self-examination and growth require discipline and self-awareness, but they are critically important for maintaining your path to spiritual purity and a healthy lifestyle.